The 2-1. Lindor towards right center field. This one is back. It is gone! Grand slam! And Lindor puts the Mets on top. The biggest swing of the season for New York.
3-second differential. Shot clock, game clock. Shot clock down to 5. Here's Towns from 3. It's good! Karl Anthony Towns with the dagger. 3-point field goal.
Knicks regain their composure. Towns, deep 3 ball with the switch.
Welcome home to where we first watched you bloom. Welcome home to where you will always be number one. Welcome home to where you rose to the top. Welcome home to where you remain our native MVP. Welcome home to where you will always be loved. And tonight, we welcome you home.
Welcome, everyone.
Either from behind the three-point line, short jump shots, putbacks. He was doing it all for the Knicks late.
Here goes Rose on the take. Rose scores the layup. And Snell gives it up quickly, jumps the lane. Now it's Rose and quickly goes up, and he scores it on Herter. In transition, the Knicks get it easy too. Good minutes.
Well, deflections a lot of times will lead to opportunities to get out in transition, and quickly that's enough for the officials to make a call. See if the Knicks can convert here. Cut it to 2.
Oh, nifty move by Rose to get to the basket. Scoring with a left hand, 2-point game. Since April 1st, after signing a 4-year deal with Atlanta. There goes Rose, high off the window. Rose scores another one.
On the rookie, top and right here, a little hesitation, and D. Rose, find out where he's at and see if you can get a mismatch on it. Even so, see if you can pick up a foul or 2.
Here's Rose over Bogdanovich.
Rotation, and none better than Derrick Rose for the Knicks. Coming off the bench, able to size up.
3-pointers in that second quarter. 20-point first half for Trae Young. Knicks with the ball first time around, and that is a very welcome sign.
Pockets to rest D. Rose, so he's really fresh. This game is still close in the fourth quarter.
And Derrick Rose gets into the act. He and Randall with the made field goals. Randall's playing hard despite not scoring. He is racking up big rebound numbers. He's got 8. Oh, Derrick Rose right down the pipe. So with a foul, back to Derrick Rose.
D. Rose, 41% on the year from behind.
Bullock finds Randall. Again, gets by Gallinari. There's Capella, though. And now Rose for 3. And he hits it. Set up by Randall and Derrick Rose.
At 3, cut this lead down to 6 points.
Knicks lead by 1. They were down 15 in the second quarter. It's Rose, a little mid-range, is true, gets the friendly bounce. Trae Young scored or assisted on 21 of the Hawks' final 24 points in game 1. Here's Bullock, another chance, and that one's true. Rose with Randall, gets the switch, Collins on him. Bogdanovich helps, Rose recovers and scores.
And able to get a flush down low.
What a game. Knicks lead by 7. Approaching the 1-minute mark. Little Euro step. Randall gets to his strong hand and finishes.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube.
What's going on, Knicks fans? What's going on? It is your boy David from Top Bunk Sports, and I'm here with another NYC Knicks post game. And before I get into the whole debacle of this game, I want to just give a special thank you and a special shout out to the one, the only Derrick Rose, who was being celebrated today in the United Center at tonight's game between the Knicks and the Bulls. It has been announced that next year Derrick Rose's number will be in the rafters of the United Center in front of his hometown friends and family in Chicago. I think it's a beautiful thing. Everybody knows the story of Derrick Rose, how number 1 draft pick was, guarded to be the number one best player in the league. before he got hurt in 2011, and was never, pretty much the same again. But he was an MVP of 2011 and really took the game by storm before getting hurt. And it's so, for a guy, this is what that as a player, that's what you dream of, right? Being drafted by your hometown team, being the number one guy of that team, representing your state, representing your city, and for the team that you always grew up watching. And for him to have that moment where, now he gets to go to Bulls games at home and he gets to see his jersey in the rafters and will forever be immortalized from, by Chicago and from the Bulls. I think it's a beautiful thing. He obviously gave so much heart and pride to New York when the New York Knicks picked him up in 2016. And then obviously traded for him in 2021 when he was with the Pistons, and he became part of that magical run in 2021 with Julius Randle, RJ Barrett, Emmanuel Quickly, and all of them. And I played the clip of the tribute video that they gave to him today when they did the ceremony at halftime, and then I played a very magical clip, in my opinion, of his performance in game 2 of the first round in the 2021 playoffs for the Knicks. And I think that was a special moment because you kind of saw him come alive a little bit, take the game by storm. He was the man that night. He was the man that night. He really, really, really put so much effort into being a New York Knick, and he gave us a lot of enjoyment, man. And that brother never quit. He never quit. He always gave his 100% effort, and embraced the city. He proposed to his girlfriend. I think her name is Elena. So he proposed to his girlfriend in Madison Square Garden, rented out Madison Square Garden for one night, proposed to her. And so he is embedded. He will forever be embedded as a New York Knick as well. So as a New York Knick fan and being able to see Derrick Rose play as a Bull and then as a Knick for my own team, and I just want to say congratulations, man. You are a legend, and I'm happy for you. So I just wanted to give that little tribute before I wrapped up and gone on with the post game. But enough of that. As you guys see, the energy is kind of low today. The Knicks ended up losing this game tonight, 139 to 126, and it all just came falling apart in the second quarter. Really, just the energy was taken out by the second quarter. I don't know if I think Mike Breen said it as we were going through our struggles in the third quarter. I think that Derrick Rose ceremony and at halftime gave him a boost. And man, they just came out firing. The pace, they were outrunning the Knicks. They were shooting the three ball like nothing. They weren't missing from three. Pick and rolls. They were pushing up the pace up the floor and getting easy buckets. You know what I'm saying? Like just really beating the Knicks at their own game. And they took advantage of the fact that the Knicks were slow the entire way of the second half. The Knicks looked like they were gassed. They had no energy. And it's one of those things where the conversation ends up going into, if you're Tibbs, what do you do? They played 40 minutes last night, 40 plus minutes last night. Then Cat, for example, right before he got taken out the game in the fourth quarter, hurt his knee or looked like he was in pain because of his knee, because as he went up for a layup, he was grimacing trying to go back on defense. If you're Tibbs, you got to figure out what do I have to do to limit these minutes a little bit and not have these guys gassed all the time. There's a truth to it, right? In terms of holding Tibbs accountable in that sense. But there's also a situation where now you're looking at it from a standpoint of our bench is not that deep. Our bench is not that good for us to just be like, yeah, let's give these guys a certain amount of rest because we can trust in our bench to go ahead and really, and really do something. The one thing that I will say is this: Landry Shamet is a solid role player, solid bench piece. He'll hustle for you on both ends of the court. But I want to see more of Tyler Kolek. I think with the IQ of Kolek, with his decision making, and the fact that he is young and he's quick, bringing up the ball, you just watch whenever he hasn't played that much, right? This is why if you guys go to my TikTok and you guys follow me on the rest of my social media, when I posted that video of him using the pick and roll and getting to the basket and going in for a layup, and I posted his stats when he played in the Westchester Knicks that same day. He had an early game with Westchester, The game went to overtime and he scored 30-something points, played 40 minutes, then ends up getting the call to go to MSG that same day because it was a 7 o'clock game for the Knicks. Goes, plays, right, against Utah. It was against Utah, right? Plays and is doing that, is bringing up the ball. Doesn't look like he's tired. He's quick. He's utilizing that pick and roll, going around it, getting to his spot, scoring at the basket. Like, if I'm playing 40 minutes, 40 minutes is fucking 40 minutes. I don't care what anybody says. 40 minutes is 40 minutes. If guys on the NBA court look tired and these guys are going through a healthy regimen, are working out almost every day, their bodies fit. If these guys look tired, I can imagine a normal human being who doesn't get that much exercise and that's literally just sitting there on their phone talking shit behind the screen. You know what I'm saying? Like that. To you, 40 minutes is 40 minutes at the end of the day. I'm not trying to talk about, it's no big deal. I had somebody in my comment section when I posted that talk about, oh, it's no big deal. My son has to play 3 games. That's good. That's good. I totally, like I told him in my response to his comment, I wish him nothing but the best. I really do. I really wish him nothing but the best. I hope that works out. But at the end of the day, man, that's heavy minutes. And he didn't really play a lot of minutes in the second game, but you could just imagine how, you could be sore no matter what. You could just imagine how sore he's gonna be. So, I really wish that Tibbs would have put Kolek more than Shamit. We obviously saw Shamit yesterday, and I wouldn't say it was his best game. I really would have liked to seen something different, especially when you didn't really get much out of him in that third quarter. You could have you switched it up just a little bit, and basically go ahead and use Tyler Kolek in that spot. But let me just run up some third quarter numbers because I feel like it's important and how everything kind of fell apart. Mind you, I already spoke about how these guys look gassed. They look tired in the third quarter, right? Weird, but they look gassed. They look tired. They didn't look like they wanted to. They didn't look like they had any energy, right? So they went 7 from 25 from the field. Bulls made it a 17-point turnaround, capped off a 20-6 run, right? Tibbs called timeout with 3 minutes and 12 seconds in the fourth quarter. When he called that timeout, the score was 90-84 Chicago, right? The Bulls were so hot from 3. They shot 17 of 30 from 3. That's nearly 56%. Now, you would think that the adjustment would be protect the perimeter. I need my guards to really tighten up defensively and protect the perimeter, make sure these guys aren't getting comfortable from 3. That wasn't the case. Man, if you watch this game, the Knicks were literally just stepping back. They were literally just stepping back, giving so much space to the Bulls where the Bulls just said, all right, here we go. Chuck, make. Shoot, make. I mean, Kobe White made, I think, like 4 straight up, 4 or 5 threes in that third quarter and was making all of them. Like, this kid was just raining threes. Levine, the same thing. Levine was getting whatever he wanted, and Levine was mostly the culprit for that energy. Like, it's just, to me, I'm just like, damn. Like, I know Levine is still tough. I don't care what nobody tells me. He's still tough. I mean, I wouldn't take him, but he's still tough. I mean, in that third quarter, right alone, like before I get to that third quarter, actually, alone, just Zach LaVine had 33 points, 4 rebounds, 7 assists. He went 13 from 21 from the field. He went 3 of 6 from 3. He shot 50% from 3. And he shot 61% from the field. He had an absolute gem of a game, right? So you had that. Vucevic had 22 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists. He was 10 of 19 from the field, 52%. He went 1 for 4 from 3, 25%. But again, Vucevic was really just, trying to attack Cat and really just trying to attack the paint and trying to, utilize that aggressive move and trying to just take down the Knicks defense at all costs. And it worked. And it worked. Got to give him credit for that. Kobe White, again, like I said, he was killing us from 3. He was his quickness. He was too quick for the Knicks tonight. If you just watched how this game was, too quick for the Knicks tonight. 33 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. He went 11 for 17 from the field. That's 64% from the field. 9 of 11 from 3. He made 9 threes today. 9 fucking threes. He was on fire. That's a guy that if I'm Tibbs, I'm like, yo, I want him out the perimeter. I do not want him sitting behind the line, behind the 3-point line, comfortable as shit, ready to shoot. I want him out. I want him gone. 9 of 11 from 3. That's 81% from the arc. That is crazy. That is wild to me. Again, and that was another situation that hurt us in the first game. He was cashing in. It was all him that game, mostly him. I mean, Levine had a better game that he did from what he did tonight than what he did in the first game against us at the Garden. So again, they struggled. It wasn't pretty, but like I said, they shot 17 to 30 from three. That's 56%. When that third quarter finished, they scored 41 to 15. They scored 41 points on us in that third quarter alone. The overall score by that time that third quarter was done, 104 to 89. You just knew right away. You were like, even though they had so much time, if they would have made something in that fourth quarter, you just knew that when you're down that much and when you get beat like that in that one quarter, it's done. It's done. It takes the energy. There are certain turnarounds that just takes the energy out of you, and you can't help it. You really can't. They scored 75 points in the second half, and again, it's one of those things where when you get hot, you can't stop it. You can't stop it. Like like if you're another team, just that it totally takes the energy out of you. So you had that. I want to I do want to give credit to Jalen Brunson, and I do want to give credit to Cat because they kind of they were the ones to really show something tonight. Jalen Brunson with 33 points, 2 assists, 2 rebounds, 8 assists, 2 steals. He was 11 from 20 from the field, 55%. He was 1 from 4 from 3, 25%. So him shooting behind the arc really hasn't worked. He's been cold from 3 in the last 3 or 4 games. It hasn't really been pretty. So, I hope that he finds his energy from 3 and really gets his 3-point shot working again. But he was really the sole nature of for the Knicks up until that second half, and then in that fourth quarter, Cat was really the starter to kind of break. He kind of brought us back within 11 at one point. And when that lineup happened, it was Hart, Payne, Shamit, Towns, and Achua. So when they cut it to 11, right, and you kind of saw like a momentum coming back, that lineup was out, and it was mostly Towns that really got things going. He had 44 points. He scored 46 in the first game that we played against the Bulls at MSG, where we lost. He had 16 rebounds, 5 assists. He was 1 steal, 17 of 29 from the field, 58%, and he was 3 of 7 from 3, 42%. So again, he had a nice game today. I think he didn't really get into foul trouble like that. That's the second straight game where he didn't get into foul trouble. So that's a good sign within Cat. But overall, not everything needs to be ran through Brunson. I'm kind of seeing that. When Cat is finding his way, whether he's shooting the ball from 3 and he's lights out, or he's getting to his spot and he's posting up and he's doing a fadeaway jumper, or he's doing a post hook, or he's getting to the basket and getting for a straight layup, and they're calling fouls for him, you run that offense through him until they find a way to stop it. Because now what you're doing is you're drawing the double team to him. And again, we've seen a couple games where they start double teaming Cat, and Cat is making great passes. He's getting outlets everywhere, making great passes to wide open guys, getting the ball moving, rolling. So you want the Bulls to actually draw that double team to get your other guys in looks. And that's when Mikal starts getting hot. That's when Jalen starts getting hot. That's when OG starts getting hot, because Josh Hart starts getting hot, because those guys know that you're missing one defender. So one guy's open, one guy's gonna facilitate, and they're gonna start getting the ball movement rolling. At the end of the day, these guys are tired. These guys look like they're worn out. And if that's gonna be an issue in the second half, then we're in some big trouble. Most importantly to me, when the ball movement it's not there and we got guys just chucking up shots, just trying to get a quick basket in to stop the momentum, that's not gonna work, man. That is not gonna work. you get ball movements going, and then you get shots from there, that kills a momentum of the other team because now the ball is flowing on your side pretty smoothly and pretty naturally. Instead of just trying to chuck up a shot to see if it goes in and it doesn't go in, then you got the other guys that are on the team that were behind you are already running for an outlet pass. You know what I'm saying? Like guys already on the other side of the court waiting to score. Then it just fucks up your whole momentum completely. So I hope to see that going against the Magic. We have obviously beaten the Magic so far. They have not beat us at all. I know obviously they don't have Boncaro. They don't have Franz Wagner, who's another wing that kind of gives us problems. So it should be these 2 games that we lost, due to this game. Now we're on a 2-game losing streak after being on a 9-game winning streak. I hope that these 2 losses right here give us some type of boost and energy now that we're going home. Where the win is, the game is in our favor against a team that we've already beaten. Mind you, the Bulls are a solid team, right? But we're better than them. You look at our team on paper. You look how we play basketball. We're better than them. OKC, we had a chance to beat them, the number 1 team in the Western Conference. We had a chance to beat them, and we just fell apart in the fourth. We gave them the advantage. They won. Use that to know that, listen, let's go take care of business against a team that is not better than us, that we have already beaten, and let's figure out what we're going to do when the schedule gets harder. Because in February and in March, going into April for the playoffs, the schedule does get hard, and we start playing more above 500 teams. And we got to find ways to beat those teams because it's all about what makes you a good team is being able to win the games you're supposed to win. What makes you a great team is being able to win the games you're supposed to win and beating the good teams that are on your level or above your level. And OKC right now is above our level. And they showed it. They showed it last year when we played them. We couldn't stop them. And they showed it this year. So again, 139 to 126 is your score. Bulls beat the Knicks. Knicks on a 2-game losing streak. Their record now falls to 24-12. They are still 3rd place in the Eastern Conference. But listen, man, I hope this day off tomorrow pays off, and I hope they come in Monday ready to fight and just set the tempo. Don't the Knicks in the first quarter set the tempo really well. Finally, they didn't look like they were struggling in the first quarter. Let's keep that rolling. Let's keep that rolling against the Magic, and let's set the tempo in the first quarter. Let's lead in the first quarter. Let's finish the first quarter with a lead, and let's just go out there and fight. Let's build off of these 2 losses, and let's be a much better team like we know we are than what we've seen these past 2 games. I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. Let's go Knicks, and I will catch you guys on the other side. Peace.